stuff that we have to do. I put it in a little folder because it makes it more
Okay, go ahead.
easier. Meeting called to order. Would you join me in the pledge of allegiance to the flag, please? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to start with a word of prayer. We pray you will be able to work as a team, give us the wisdom to foresee the needs of our community, and make decisions that will best serve our township. Amen. Who is recording?
I am recording.
Okay.
Who's I? Well, who's this I guy?
Apologies. I, Gabriel Baker, standing in for David Baker.
There you go. We knew that.
Well, the recording doesn't. You can't see me. I should know better.
Citizens' comments related to agenda items. Do we have anybody sign those things?
No.
Okay. Could you please review the meeting minutes and we can see if we want to accept them? Have you reviewed them? Anybody out there have anything to add to them or subtract? Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Review of financial reports. You can look at mine if you want. They're on the table over there.
Need motion to accept this?
I second it. All in favor?
Okay.
Aye. Okay, I have the monthly bills. Usually Luke does this. But he couldn't be here tonight, so I'm going to be doing it. Wysock Sand and Gravel for anti-skid, $4,703.08. East Smithfield Hardware, $198.19. East Smithfield Hardware again, $17.57. You can look at these if you want. St. Andrews, PennDOT approved 1B stone and eights. It comes to $3,869.87. Just making sure there's nothing else on here. No. And that is it for now. Everything else was just the routine bills, telephone, internet, gas, electric. Transfers. We have general checking to the equipment fund, $8,373.46. That was from tax collection. We have general checking to payroll checking, $50,000 on May 5th. And then on June 3rd, we have another $50,000 from the state money market to the state checking. And the other one before that, I don't know if I said it was from general checking to payroll checking. But they were both for the same amount of money. Township reports. Bobby?
We actually had some decent weather this week. If not the end of the week, the first of next week, we should be done grading. And we're gonna try to get gravel down, and hopefully we can get dust oil scheduled.
Oh, thank you, Bob. You're
Fight
doing a
Mother
good job.
Nature.
Can't fight Mother Nature.
For the record, I'd like to make a compliment on, we had an ambulance call up on South Creek. We got there by Rumsey and went down the valley by Vedder. And it was like driving on a paved road.
I wouldn't go that far.
Southgate was a little shaky at the end there, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's nice though.
dusty now, but
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute, mine isn't paved. I have, thank you, Bob. Correspondence, we have a thank you card from the Park Committee. It says, Ridgebury Supervisors, thank you for the monetary park donation honoring Jerry Anthony. We appreciate you all, Ridgebury Park Committee. So it's always nice to get a happy correspondence. Old business. Okay, road crew uniforms, we're pretty sure we're gonna go with Cintas, C-I-N-T-A-S. They have sent a catalog over, and Bobby and Sean just have to pick out what they want. But they've been so busy doing the roads, they want to really finish those before they pick out what they want for uniforms. Way to go, Bob.
We'll get there.
I know it's been a long time coming, that's for sure. New truck funding, okay. We were originally gonna fund it from the impact fee money, but I found out that we can take 20% out of our liquid fuel funds for last year, from last year's budget, and for liquid fuels this year, we could take 20% out, which would be $52,145.42 for 2024, and then $44,000 for 2025, which means $96,145.42, which we can use from liquid fuels, and we still have plenty left over. I'd rather use liquid fuels because the impact fee money isn't as restricted as liquid fuels are as to what you can spend it on. And I'd rather not take it out of something that I can use just about for anything and take it out of something restricted. So did you want to discuss it? Because I wanted to make a motion that we take $96,145.42 out of the liquid fuels and use that toward the new truck. Do I have a second?
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Watershed update. Okay, Luke had taken that over, and he's not here, so we're gonna table the watershed update to next month. The dust oil application, the date and the time is to be announced. A little bit behind of what we had originally planned on, like Bobby had pointed out, the weather. So we will announce that as soon as it happens. Cummings Road, we applied for a dirt and gravel permit, and we are still waiting to hear back from Joe Catrini. They haven't decided which roads they're gonna do yet. So that will have to be tabled too, because we're just waiting to find out about if we got it or not. Fire Department deed revision update. There's no update yet. I guess that they are still working on that. I haven't heard a word from the lawyer or from the fire department. So that will be tabled to next week, month too, and hopefully something will come of that. Cleaning up the creek update. That also was Luke's. He was working on that. So I'm gonna table that until Luke is here so he can report on that. David Young, Ridgebury Lake Special Septic. Did you have something you wanted to say to us about it?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch base with you. I've talked to sanitation, and I've also talked to John Thompson. He said, as you discussed early before the meeting, he's working on revisions to the agreement, and he's hoping to have that. He told me next week, and apparently he told you about the same thing. So what I'd like to ask is, instead of waiting a full month, if your solicitor is okay with the agreement, if you guys could get like a temporary or a conditional approval to it so that we could move forward with the planning documentation, get this moved forward.
I personally rather not, because the lawyer plans on rewriting the agreement, so I don't want to temporarily agree to any of it because it's going to be rewritten.
Okay.
And I'd rather table it. I hate to do this to you. I know you've been going through this forever, but I like to table it until next month. Mr. Thompson believes it will be settled by next month.
Okay.
He strongly agrees it's going to be settled.
Okay.
So, but we have to vote on it. I mean, Carrie, I would like to table it till next month. I'm gonna make a motion to table
I'll make a motion.
it. So all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Municipal bid update. Okay, we sold 3 items and we made $7,185 on the municipal bid. So I would like to put that money into the equipment fund because we sold equipment. Do you want to discuss it,
Do
Jerry?
the long run?
Yeah, maybe that would be nice. Do you anything you want to discuss about it, Terry? Okay, I make a motion that we put the municipal money into the equipment fund.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Underground tank update. Oh, this is pretty good. This is coming along nicely. Had the inspector come, and he put it out of 2 years temporarily out of operation or service. We passed the inspection. He decreased the bill that he gave us. It went down by $500, so it was like 19,000 something. I got it right here. It was not 19,000. I'm sorry, $1,955. Comma in the wrong place. So it's $1,955. It would have been more, but like I said, he gave us a break. And we've been trying to see if we could get somebody to oversee the job and let us dig them up ourselves, because they want $19,000. One company wanted, another company wanted like 10,000 or whatever. It was really high. And the inspector recommended somebody. I called him. He said he'd be willing to do that. I mean, not this year, because we have it 2 years. We have 2 years to do this. So we can do it whenever the road crew has time, and I don't think it's gonna be this year, because they have the dirt and gravel projects and everything else going on. He's gonna send me a quote. So it looks promising that we will be able to have this done with not costing us too much money. Also, WOC was kind enough to finish and emptying out the diesel tank for us. You have to get it down to 1 inch, and it was 6 inches, so it's gonna go down to 1 inch. They sucked it out, and they only charged us like $150, and they also got a little bit of the gas out. So they did right by us. So that was good news for that. Okay, Centerville Road update. I was hoping to get in writing that they're gonna make an apron up on Johnston Road, 250 feet, they told me, like blacktop it. And he was supposed to give it to me in writing, which he hasn't done yet. So I am gonna try one more time to get him to put it in writing, so I'd like to table it one more time. If he doesn't give it to me in writing by then, we'll just have to take his word for it, that's 280 feet. But I really would like to get it in writing with the plans. Any,
Do they plan on starting this project this year, or you know?
I have it in the other room, I can get the folder, I have a date in the other room.
I was just curious.
26, I believe.
I think it's next year too.
Next year, I believe.
I think it's next year, but
26.
I just don't know the exact day. Okay, this is gonna be a little confusing, so everyone pay attention carefully. We have new business. The Tri-Township Ambulance Association and the Ridgebury Volunteer Fire Department property tax credit. We've been working on this for quite a while. Now, Terry, you are a member of the Tri-Township Ambulance, so you have to sign a conflict of interest waiver. Let's see. HUSTED?
HUSTED. Don't ever ask me again.
Houston.
No, don't ever say it. Or else.
Okay, you have to write in my conflict is a member of the,
Okay. What's this actually telling?
It's saying that you have to abstain from voting because you have a conflict of interest. So just sign there, and you have to write that you're a member of the Tri-Township Ambulance Association. This was Luke's, but he's not here, so he doesn't have to do it. Okay, now, this is the part that is gonna seem ridiculous, but this is the law. Okay, talk to Mr. Thompson. He says if a governing body is unable to take action because too many members are required to abstain, which would have been you and Luke, due to conflicts of interest, those members can vote if they disclose their conflict. You just go disclose your conflict. We can't take action because we don't have a quorum. So now you can vote. I know it's crazy.
I just signed a paper that I can't vote, and then I.
Yeah, now you can vote because there's not a quorum. And I know Thompson said it's ridiculous it's hard to understand, but that's how it is. If Luke was here and he abstained and you abstained, and I made a motion, nobody could second it because nobody, you know what I mean? And we couldn't go forward. So that's the law. So I know. So I am going to make a motion to approve the Tri-Township Ambulance Association and Ridgebury Volunteer Fire Company property tax credit. Do I have a second?
If I'm allowed, I'll second it.
You are. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I look around.
I know it sounds silly, but here's the law right here. So this will take effect today.
Is that gonna be a percentage or a flat?
It's a percentage. It's 20% of township tax, a maximum of $250. You cannot have more than $250. That's top.
And that's meeting the requirements, correct?
What?
There are requirements that they have to meet.
Yes, there are requirements. Actually, I had a copy in the office all month. If anybody wanted to look at it, I had advertised in the paper that they could come in and look at the ordinance in detail. But
What I remember
I can
reading
make
was
a
you
copy.
gotta verify training,
Right.
calls. I mean, it's bookwork is like this for this.
like the
Right.
fire chief has to do a lot of bookkeeping.
I'm sorry, 'cause what exactly is that property tax credit?
It's here's the let's see. The exact wording is
It's a tax break for volunteers.
an ordinance of the Board of Supervisors of Ridgebury Township, Bradford County, Pennsylvania, establishing a volunteer service credit program, enacting tax credits for volunteer members of volunteer fire companies and nonprofit emergency medical service agencies, and establishing administrative procedures and appeals. And then there's a resolution that we have to vote on too. We just voted on the ordinance, now we gotta vote on the resolution. Resolution of the Ridgebury Township Supervisors establishing the criteria for eligibility for property tax credits for volunteer firefighters and emergency medical personnel. This is the eligibility requirements. So I am making motion to pass the resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you're gonna sign that one, that's the ordinance. What it is, it was ordinance 172 originally from PSAPs. And it was devised to try and encourage more people to sign up to the volunteer services because statewide, they're having a shortage of volunteers and the EMTs. So this was an idea to, like give them an incentive
Okay.
to join.
How much is that exactly? How much is that tax credit?
It's 20% and a maximum of $250.
Okay,
So, you know what I mean, so 20% is higher than 250, they only can get 250.
okay.
And we've been working on this for a really long time.
Wasn't the county commissioners the ones that actually started the whole thing, Ava?
Nope, it was me.
No, yes,
The
to
commissioners-
adopt it, yes.
Yeah, the commissioners, I have not gone to them yet to see if they would like to do it because they are not doing it and they haven't even talked about doing it, and as far as I know. Because PSEP said that they don't even know of any other township that has done this. And we might be the pioneer township doing it.
Right.
All kinds of bookwork. Hey Sarah, you get a turn. But Bobby, if you want a copy of it or anything, I'll be happy to give you one. Your turn. Sarah, you could sign that too. There's no special place on that one. Thanks. And what I plan on doing is go into the other townships and see if I can't get them to get on board, go to their meetings and present this to them. And I'm gonna go to the commissioners and see if Bradford County will give a tax break to everybody in Bradford County. The only county that does it now is Cumberland County, the last time I checked, and they do it, but our county doesn't. Park donation. All right, this is just to clarify, if anybody's looking at the budget that we did at the beginning of the year, it says Park and Little League fields, $5,000. Well, out of that $5,000, every year, a donation to the park is given for $2,500. The rest of it's for maintaining the fields, cutting grass. So I just want to let you know, we're going to give, it's not an after motion, it's already in the budget. I just want to make it clear that we're giving them $2,500 donation, and it's out of that $5,000 that you'll see in the budget. Mosquito information. Oh, okay. I got this letter, and it's from the Bradford County Conservation District about mosquitoes. I put some papers out there for you people to get if you like. It says, if a resident comes to you and your office to complain about mosquitoes in their area, please feel free to give them my information. So I printed it out, gave you his information. If you find that you're having a mosquito issue, give the gentleman a call. Also on the table, PSAPs. I went to the Hershey Convention, and they adopted resolutions. They aren't voted on yet, and they're not okayed, but they gave us a list of everything we voted on there to put in a resolution. And as they get voted on, or either, like they may go up to the State House at that level to get these done. They're on the table over there. You're more than welcome to grab it so you know what's going on with the resolutions that they are trying to do to help us out. Freightliner truck. Bobby, you want to tell us about that and we decided what we want to do with it?
Oh, last we knew it was right around $7,000 to $10,000 to fix it. That was back in, I don't even know when it was. December, January when it broke down.
Yeah, it was a while.
It's been a while.
So what year is it?
I,
It's pretty old, isn't it?
yeah, not ancient, but I don't know right off the top of my head.
Okay.
We just need to know whether we're gonna fix it, whether we're gonna sell it the way it is, or what are we doing with it?
Well, it's been sitting there all this time. Do you want to table it so we can talk about it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll table it and talk about it next month, and we can find out more information about it. Okay, I would like to make a motion here that Sarah Johnson be assessment permit officer instead of Pat, because we didn't have a secretary and Pat was kind enough to take on that job, but usually it's the secretary that does that. So Sarah's willing to take it on, so that way Pat will have more time to do her treasury stuff and not have to split herself up like she was before doing both jobs. So I'd like to make a motion that Sarah Johnson be assessment permit officer.
It's the system.
Assessment,
Assessment.
it's my accent.
Yeah.
Assessment permit officer instead of Pat,
Yeah.
because people always come in and want permits and she's usually the one that does it anyway. So I'd like to make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Solar project, oh yeah. Got a little solar project here. Okay, first they notified us that on May 2nd, that Paradise Energy Solutions, Gillette Solar Project, Ridgebury Township, Bradford County, Pennsylvania, is a site entrance is located off of Colwell Road. Well, this is all degrees, that won't mean anything to you. In Gillette, Pennsylvania, by Paradise Energy Solutions. Then, they're just letting us know, it's FYI. Then, on May 27th, they reviewed it, and they are putting a hold on it because the application was determined incomplete. So, the solar project's on hold right now because of the the Bradford County Conservation District. It's been a hold on it. And there's not too much you can do about solar projects because if you don't have zoning, there's really not too much you can do telling them where they can and cannot put it. That came up a lot when I went to the conference, and one solar company even sued a township because they wouldn't let them put it in, but they did get to put it in, as far as I know. I don't know if the case was settled or not, but it was happening when I was at the meeting, and they didn't have zoning, so that was the problem. Excuse me, Miller Pond Dam. Okay, we get a letter from the Department of Environmental Protection, and I have turned this over to our lawyer, and I've turned it over to the Conservation District, Joe Petrini, to review and to give us advice on this letter that we got from them. So I will let you know more about that when I know more. I'm not going to table it because it could take a while, but once it's taken care of, I will bring it back up again. FYI, we got a couple of building permits, and I'd just like to let people know what's going on. We don't need to do anything with these except announce it. I'm not going to say the people's names because I think that's kind of private, but Lakeside Drive, there's 2 houses, 2 building permits for Lakeside Drive, and I believe that's over at the Ridgebury Lake. Have 2 houses, same, different people. So, last item, no, not the last, is one on the back. I would like to see if I can purchase a lot next door to our township garage. In the past, the supervisors had talked about it, but they didn't go forward with it. I would like to go forward just to find out if the person's interested in selling it. I'm not going to make them an offer or anything like that, but I would like to get permission, make a motion that I approach them and ask them if they'd be interested in selling some of that lot.
I think that's a good idea, but you might want a bodyguard to go with you.
You know, I have my bodyguard.
I know you do.
You know who my bodyguard is? But I would like to make a motion to just approach them and ask them, and I'm willing to go over there.
I second that.
All in favor?
You can go over there all by yourself.
I will.
This guy's sitting there wondering what that's all about.
Oh, they only ran the side-by-side into one of your trucks one time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was scary. But I'm gonna go over and try to make peace.
Oh, good
I
luck.
like to be a peacemaker. I don't like
It'd be
all
good if
this
you,
grumbling and everything.
it'd be good if you could make arrangements, because that lot should have been bought years ago. But
Yeah.
They talk about it.
So I don't like to talk about things. If you notice, I like to get things done,
I hear you.
right?
Where were you 10 years ago then?
10 years ago.
I think that's when that
I
one
was-
family moved in there about
Say,
10
not
years ago.
even that long ago.
I wasn't here 10 years ago. I was here in 2017. Sorry. Any citizen, oh wait a minute. Zero turn mower. See, look, it's zero turn mower.
It's there, what's it?
It's
Is
there.
that one running?
The zero turn has been a thorn in our side, but we think we may have figured it out. So if we haven't, then it's going over to the hardware
So I think it should go over to hardware anyway.
It's going, it's gonna go over Friday,
How can we get it
Thursday
there,
or
Bob?
Friday. I was gonna ask Luke if he'd trailer it.
You have to push it under right by
I
hand.
mean, don't you gotta come along?
Yeah.
I have a come along you can borrow if you need a come along. Cause you guys are gonna be too busy doing the roads, you can't bring it over, can you, Bob?
If we're not working Friday, somebody can take it over, but if you're gonna let us work Friday,
Okay, then Thursday you can't do, can you do it Thursday or not?
no,
Okay.
we're working Thursday.
They
I'm
can't
gonna ask
get to
them.
it until Monday, but I just figured it was over there Monday morning when they walked in the shop.
See, they wanna charge us $2 a mile to get it. It's not that much, cause we're 8 miles away or something we decided. It's only
I'd ask
$32,
I'd ask you if they could come over Friday,
but,
pick it up.
right.
I'll get it there. I'll get it there before Monday,
you sure?
yes.
Okay. All right, thank you, Bobby, and Bobby's gonna deliver it. Now I have another motion to make. In the meantime, we have to maintain the park. The ball fields have to be mowed twice a week. And Park Day's coming up a week from Saturday. So we have hired, I'd like to make a motion to hire Ben Johnston to cut the grass this week and next week. So that'd be like maybe 4 cuttings, depending on when we get it back. It may be just 3, 2 this week and 1 next week, at $125 a cut, which is a real bargain because I understand it's worth a lot more than that. So I'd like to make a motion that we hire Ben Johnson to cut the grass at $125
I'll second.
a cut.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You know what has to be push mode?
He's over there,
I didn't tell him that part.
and he's over there cutting it now, actually. And also, Terry will still weed whack, unless you break the weed whacker too, Terry. So he's not, he's just cutting the grass. Citizen comments, any comments from anybody out there? All right, anything you wanna say, Terry? Sarah? Okay. Thank you all for coming, all 4 of you. I wish more people would come to the meetings. I'd like to see all those seats filled. I think it would be wonderful. So I'm putting a challenge out there to the Ridgebury Township citizens. Please come to the meeting. I want your input. I want to know what you have to say. Whether I can help you or not, I still want to know what you want us to have to say and what we'd like us to do for you. And we're not going to know if you don't come. I just try to do what I think you want. But I really would like you to tell me what you want, please. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for everybody that's listened to the video. Meeting adjourned.
Are you recording?
Oh, yes, my apologies, yeah.
You missed-
With
Came
the,
in
You
late.
missed the question.
with the Daily Review newspaper.
Yep.
Just being a man on scene, bearing witness to the good stuff, that's all. Well, have a good one, everybody.
Fine. That was like
Told you. it was
a short meeting. You're right, you were right.
I
Sarah,
know.
you're such a,
I
you
know.
know, a right person.
They need to redo that wiring on the switches.